Hello, salutations. What it do? It's Sadot the Gamer, all father, Durag gang. Know the vibes like a scribe. Let's get it. Chat is too low. Let's move that up. Actually, let's just move that here. How you doing, Durag Nation? Welcome to the first stream of 2023. What up, Durag Nation? What's up, Trini? Nova? Dat boy, what it do? Lucky Ray? Video, what up, the boy? Eastwood, what up? LG? Hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. What did everyone get up to? Anybody? I know the bitter one was partying on a rooftop somewhere. I don't do that anymore. What's up, Mass? What's up, Mass Intro? Marvel Spider-Man 2, Fall 23. Yep, Fall 2023. Cannot wait for that. But we got a pretty crazy couple months to start off 2023. Hogwarts Legacy is only a month away. And the month after Hogwarts Legacy is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So it's going to be pretty wild. Chilling with your son, nice. Good family time. People going to be mad when they see that Hogwarts Legacy sales. The sales are already crazy. They sold out the deluxe edition. They sold out the legendary edition, I heard. Like as soon as it went on sale, it's like at the top of everybody's list. It could be the biggest game of the year because it has the benefit of both being an open world Harry Potter game, which is something a bunch of people were looking forward to for literally since they were children. And then you have people that are going to buy it just out of spite. Like I'm seeing comments from people talk about, I wasn't going to buy Hogwarts Legacy, but because of all the controversy, I'm just going to buy it just because. So it's going to be crazy. Trevor, how you on it? Yeah, hype. It's going to get interesting as we get closer. I know people are definitely mad. And understandable. What's up, Akbar? I'm chilling. How are you doing? Make sure you guys smash up that like button, share the stream. I'm doing good on this fine New Year. I was just binge watching Alice in Borderland, and I wanted to do my first stream of the year. I figured let's start it off with a fresh game that I just started covering more heavily on the channel, Hogwarts Legacy. Appreciate everybody also who checked out my Hogwarts Legacy video. Dead game. Uncle Casual, my podcast partner. I've been here to spread the gospel of Marvel's Avengers as usual. Appreciate you. Dead game. Dead before it's even around. I'm not gonna lie, I thought Hogwarts Legacy was going to be mid. Like, it's definitely a game I was, excited about when I first heard about it. But when I first saw that showcase, the first showcase, I thought it was decent, but I was like how big is the open world? What's there to do? Yeah, I was like, but the second gameplay showcase, this one, is filling me with a lot more confidence. I'll be canceled for playing. Hey, we all got to be canceled sometime. That's actually is going to be funny, watching how the reactions are. I know some people are definitely going to be unfollowed. I know that's already started. Some people who covered the game just talked about it positively already getting unfollowed and blocked. That's already started. So I'm be curious how or if that escalates as we get closer to launch. Is Alice in Borderland good to watch? Oh, it's fantastic. I love when a live action show, because I love anime, so I love when a live action show is basically like an anime, but in live action. I think it's cool when they couldn't pull that off. And that's pretty much Alice in Borderlands. It's Japanese, it's got a crazy premise, and it's very well executed. I definitely recommend it. I'm on season 1 right now. So when I saw this second gameplay showcase, Hogwarts Legacy definitely impressed me with how massive the world is. Like, I saw somebody compare it to Elden Ring, which I think, slow down. I make fun of Elden Ring all the time, but I recognize how massive and full that open world was. And that was my question about Hogwarts Legacy. How big would it be big but empty? What's there to do? Will there be a bunch of encounters, objectives? What's the end game? That was my main concern. Any other good shows to watch? Plenty. I mean, there's a lot of bad ones, but there's some decent ones. There's some good ones. I'm like piling up Netflix. I have so much stuff in my Netflix queue that I haven't got to yet. I just got to Alice in Borderland, and season 2 just came out for that not too long ago, and I've had it sitting there since season 1. I mainly watch anime, but yeah, I heard good things about Yellowstone, but you got to pay to see that. If you don't have, it's on one of them obscure premium streaming services like Paramount or something. It's on one of them, Jones. If it's not on Amazon or Netflix or Disney Plus, I can't. Free on Peacock. I got to download all these streaming services. I got too many. I got Disney Plus, Netflix. I got my anime, my Crunchyroll, my High Dive, my Amazon. I don't need Paramount. I don't need Apple. I don't need Peacock. Peacock is free. But every time I look up Yellowstone on my Roku, it tells me how much money I have to pay in order to watch it. It never comes up free. It always comes up, this is how much you got to pay to watch it. I do want to see it, but I don't want to pay for it. I'm paying for enough content. You watched that drifting anime movie after you talked about it on the podcast. It was peak, but no surprise, anime. It's always peak. Well, not always, but yeah. Anime that I watch is usually peak. I'm pretty picky when it comes to my anime. Sometimes it's a dud, but anime rarely. I rarely get caught off guard by anime. Usually I'm watching anime, it's pretty good. There was one anime that caught me though last year. It was a massive, massive tease. It was beautifully animated. The first episode made it look like some crazy stuff was about to happen. I went through all 12 episodes and literally nothing happened. I was so mad, bro. You about to be wearing all white in this game? What do you mean by that? When you search Yellowstone, took you straight to Peacock and didn't ask for anything. You must got that special internet that only the rich people have. All white clothes. Will the white clothes have a hood on top of it? Will your white robes have a hood that's pointed at the top? What do you mean, sir? What do you explain? Kind of wizard you trying to be? Are you trying to be a grand wizard, my friend? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Which house? You know I gotta go Slytherin. Wags wizard. Yellowstone is Yellow Ranger's Thundercoin. I don't know what that sentence means, but okay. What's up, Darius? Welcome to the first stream of 2023. Hope you had a wonderful vacation. A drip wizard? That don't sound drippy to me. That sounds a little clanny, but you do you. Hogwarts didn't integrate until it was sued. Is this single or multiplayer? Hogwarts Legacy, unfortunately, is, or depending on how you look at it, single player. Which I feel like is a waste. That's the other thing. Like, there's a couple things that grind my gears about Hogwarts Legacy. One, this mode right here, the arena battle mode, is locked behind the deluxe edition. Not crazy about that. You can't play Quidditch. You can't play Wizard's Chess. And it's single player. Which is weird for such a massive open world game set in Hogwarts. Like, it's weird. Happy New Year as well. That's why I was like, pump the brakes on the Elden Ring comparisons. Elden Ring not only has a massive open world, but it's single player and multiplayer. It's got PvP. I thought that was weird. Like, when I pictured one of the things I pictured with an open world Harry Hogwarts game, especially, with the technology, I was thinking like, oh, is this going to, multiplayer, join up with your friends, you go to classes together, you get on adventures. Like, I was thinking like an RPG elements, going to class together, going on adventures, having PvP wizards duels, having Quidditch matches. I thought that was going to be what it was, but this is a very single player, and I'm hoping not too linear. Did I get a copy of the game already? Not quite. What's up, Grand Shrek? What do, Venom? Like, I want a Hogwarts Legacy. I want a Hogwarts Legacy to be a multiplayer game, first of all. But if it's going to be single player, then there should be more stuff in it. If you're not going to have the multiplayer aspect, you should definitely be able to play Quidditch. You should definitely be able to play a bunch of different stuff. Like, even the old games had Quidditch. It just feels weird. Well, I think of Forespoken. Forspoken, I gotta remind myself to do some digging on that one, because I had somebody that was going to give me a code for the game back when it was supposed to come out originally, which was last May. Obviously that didn't happen because the game got pushed out all the way to 2023, this month in fact. But I played the demo and I thought the demo was actually really fun. Definitely not, the best game I've ever played, but once I got into the skill tree, and specifically when I switched to the fire jutsu, the game got really fun. But when I had the first the ability, like the earth based, wasn't really feeling it. Well, Jace, Happy New Year. Hogwarts Legacy drops next month on next gen. Can't wait for it. If you're on previous gen, you're gonna have to wait. They got delayed by a few months, which is another thing. I don't want to be that guy, but I think it needs to be said. And you can tell me, chat, what y'all think. I feel like Hogwarts Legacy, and maybe this is part of the problem with the game and the limitations on it. But even then, that's not really. It should have been next gen exclusive. It really should have been next gen exclusive. If you're at a point where you're cutting stuff that definitely should be in the game, like this one, maybe you just bite the bullet and be like, you know what? We're pushing this out in 2023. Let's just bank on the popularity of the IP and people eventually getting the supplies. Cause it's like, I'm like cool when a game is on, previous and next gen if it doesn't suffer. Like if the performance noticeably doesn't suffer. And just because a game is current gen exclusive doesn't mean it's going to be the best either. We saw Gotham Knights definitely had some issues, but I think part of that was because they started out doing previous gen and then they pivoted during development, which is a no-no. You do not do that. I know. A lot of people, people still don't have PS4s. People still don't have PS5s. I mean, everybody that wants one has an Xbox, but no one wants an Xbox. I understand. I get it. Everybody wants a PS5. But if it's going to affect the game, I would rather it just not be on previous gen. Like, it's just better if it's not. Just straight up. That's why you're glad Jazz Survivor and Suicide Squad will be some of the first edition only games. Yeah, like, it's definitely time, especially if you're dropping in 2023. It feels weird to still be having major games dropping on multiple platforms on previous gen. Like Miles Morales came out the first with the PS5, and it had a PS4 version, and that was fine because the PS5 version slapped. It was a great game, looked incredible. The load times on PS5 were just immaculate. Amazing game, fantastic. But Hogwarts Legacy, we're already having questions about how empty the open world is, and why is there no Quidditch? Why is there no multiplayer? Why why is all this stuff not here? Hey, Zach, Happy New Year. Like if you're gonna have if you're gonna have an open world Harry Potter game where you go to Hogwarts and you can't play with your friends and you can't play Quidditch, what are we really doing here? Like that's weird. That's weird. So Sky Preach. Y'all last year guys down bad. Well, Xbox got a Series S for y'all. All you think. But man, imagine having to buy an Xbox though. That would just be depressing. I'm not no cap. Like literally, I'm glad that Xbox players will finally get Redfall and Starfield this year. Hopefully they launch, in good condition. But I just read a report today that Starfield, that Fable, which is literally the only game that could make me buy an Xbox, according to the latest reports, that game is very, very far away. So I'm like, like legitimately to me, the only reason to get an Xbox is for the Game Pass. Like, you're going to miss out on, some play. Ideally, you'd have both, but you're going to miss out on a lot of crazy exclusive. Like some of the best games this year, well, which is the case every year, are going to be PlayStation exclusives. And Xbox players are going to be left out. Now, fortunately, there's so many games that will be available on multi-platforms that players should still be eating. But Spider-Man 2, I mean, that's gonna be one of the games of the year. And if you ain't got a PS5, you out of luck. You waiting on Elder Scrolls 6? I've never played a single Elder Scrolls game. I gotta look into it. Do you know if Hogwarts Legacy runs at 60 FPS? I mean, that's another thing that could be a talking point, as we know with Gotham Knights. So that whole thing just gave me a headache. So I hope we don't have to retread that with Gotham, with Hogwarts Legacy. But they did confirm that there's going to be a performance mode. Is this the real? Yes, this is the real game. So this is that's something they said on, I think it's on the website. There's going to be a performance mode and a visual mode, but they didn't say what the specs would be. And I asked the community manager, Chandler, on Twitter if he could clarify whether or not the performance mode would be 60, and I never got a response. I mean, I've been trying. Chandler won't talk to me. I don't know why. This man will not talk to me for any reason on Twitter. But I guess they're still not ready to give that information out yet. Maybe at the next showcase, which should be later this month. I think they're going to have they're supposed to have a third showcase. And I missed out on the Elder Scrolls game. If it requires me to have an Xbox, no thanks. I might look up some gameplay though, because Fable is one of my favorite games of all time, and literally the only reason I had an Xbox. Saved a lot of money because of Game Pass. Yeah, it's the best. It's like one of the best deals, just period. I wish the PlayStation version of Game Pass was just as good. Like, that would be a great way for them to just stick it to Xbox, but Sony is so greedy. they fumbled the bag. They legit just had to, if they legit just copied the Game Pass pricing structure and perks, they would have beat Xbox. They was blowing them out the water. Because PlayStation's already winning because people just prefer playing it mainly for the games. But one of the main things they had, pretty much the only thing they had over at PlayStation was Game Pass. So if you get basically the exact same thing on Sony, there'd be no reason to get an Xbox. But nah, they were just like, nah, we like money. we're just gonna be greedy. L-Box indeed. What's up, Zach? There's only 4 games that you want: Hogwarts Legacy, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Spider-Man 2. Those are good ones. I mean, I can't speak for Avatar, but it looks okay. I mean, I haven't heard great things about it, but I hope it works out. I know the movie is going crazy right now. It had a better 3rd week than its 2nd week. They're about to make $2 billion. There's so many games I want to try this year, but yeah, my main ones are Hogwarts Legacy, Jedi Survivor, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and Spider-Man 2. Like, those are my absolute 100% must plays. Gotta play them no matter what. Then outside of that, I have interest in, a bunch of different stuff like Forespoken, Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy 16. They got some cool samurai looking games. They got a new Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC dropping this month. Spider 2 better be online co-op. Have you played a Spider-Man game before? Them Jones have never been co-op. Spider-Man 2 is the Spider-Man series is strictly single player. You're going to be playing Miles Morales and Peter as a single player, switching back and forth. Deadbox. I can still play 5. I can play Elder Scrolls. Oh, I might have to look that up. Bro, oh, yo, by the way, speaking of Star Wars, game comes out next month. But if you get 3-day early access if you pre-order. And if you're a content creator who has connections, you can get it even earlier than that. And make content about it. So I'm making sure I'm doing my best to make sure that happens. And I have no delays. I just bought Star Wars Battlefront 2. I did my Star Wars video yesterday. And, I'm hyped for Jedi Survivor. And I was thinking about Battlefront because I never played it. So I was like, oh, well, let me check the PlayStation Store, see what they're talking about. See how expensive it is, because I got some holiday money. Shout out to Bruno, one of our channel members, for hooking me up. But I was like, all right, how much is Battlefront 2? Because sometimes old games be expensive as hell if they're like really classics. Bro, right now, Battlefront 2 is $4. $4, bruh. It's 75% off the base price. I grabbed that game so fast. I was like, what? Ain't no way. They selling Battlefront 2 for $4 right now in the PlayStation Store, bro. I had to clear some space on my hard drive, but I'm like, bro, I'm grabbing that right now. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I was not copping that, bro. I don't even know when I'll have time to play it. Maybe I'll try to play it on stream. But there was no way I was not going to do that. $4 for the best Star Wars multiplayer game. Facts. That's why I hear. All right, so oh wait, I literally have Elder Scrolls. I forgot. It's free on PlayStation. It's Elder Scrolls 5 special. The one I downloaded was, I think, Elder Scrolls 5 Special Edition. Yeah, it's free in the PlayStation Store if you have my tier of PlayStation membership. So maybe I'll give that a try when I have time. I don't know when I'll have time. PS5 games amazing this year, just have a feeling. I don't expect any other. So I think Final Fantasy 16 is going to be great. And I mean, the Marvel Spider-Man 2, like there's no way that's not going to pop. But I don't know, game of the year, we'll see. We'll see how Hogwarts Legacy turns out. Hogwarts Legacy is multi-platform. So it's going to come to, but it's definitely going to have the sales. I think it's definitely going to have the hype. But it'll come down to quality. I don't think it's going to win game of the year though. Even if it is like amazing. Cause I don't think the voters are going to be able to justify Hogwarts Legacy being a commercial success and game of the year because of all the J.K. Rowling stuff. They gotta pick one. They're like, all right, the game's going to sell, but you ain't winning game of the year. That's probably how it's going to play out. How long do I think Hogwarts Legacy will be? I hope it'll be as long as possible. Like if we could squeeze 100 hours out of this game, that would be amazing. What I don't know is how long the main story is. That's what I want to know. And how consuming is all the side content. I know there's definitely a lot there based on the second gameplay trailer, the gameplay showcase right here. Cause you got the deluxe edition battle mode. So that's a whole thing, you know, building your character up. Cause this game partially has a gear system. So you find animals, you rescue them, you bring them to the sanctuary in the room of requirement, and you can get materials from them, and you can use that to craft better gear and everything, improve your spells. So you're going to have that aspect of the game, which you can use to get better for the arena stuff, the Dark Arts Battle Arena. I'm assuming there's going to be a new game plus. So, you know, gear up for multiple playthroughs. Obviously, I know people are going to be playing through so they can be in different houses, you know, do different character arcs. You know, some are going to have a playthrough for the Dark Wizard. Some are going to have a playthrough for being a Light Wizard or Witch. So there, I mean, just based off that, that feels like 50 hours. But you know, who knows? Depends on how long the main story is. Like Midnight Suns is pretty long. The main campaign is pretty long, but there's so much side stuff, and that's not even an open world game, but there's so much extra stuff you can do that you can literally put like 60 hours into the game and not make it through the story. Like I'm 55 hours into Midnight Suns, and I just got to part 3 of the actual story. So if Hogwarts Legacy can, you know, do something like that, I would expect more. What happened to J.K. Rowling? She was canceled, but not really, but J.K. Rowling made the mistake of getting political on Twitter and choosing the wrong side. She's made it her personal mission at this point to basically go to war with trans activists. So a bunch of people are, you know, canceling J.K. Rowling, saying, you know, they're not going to support her work anymore, saying she's a bigot, all that other stuff. So it's created some controversy with Hogwarts Legacy, because on the one hand, you have, you know, a bunch of people that want to play the game because it's, you know, Hogwarts is an open world Hogwarts game. But on the other hand, you have people who don't want to buy the game because buying the game would be financially contributing to J.K. Rowling, who they hate. So you have people that are conflicted there, but you also have the people who are conflicted or who don't want to support J.K. Rowling, who don't want anybody else to support J.K. Rowling. So you've had this new thing where people are saying, well, I'm not going to support J.K. Rowling because I think she sucks. She's a terrible person. And if you buy the game, you're a terrible person and a bigot and all this other stuff. So it's the thing. It's mostly on Twitter. The game is still, you know, going to sell like crazy based on what I'm seeing. I did a poll and it's like the overwhelming majority said they're still buying the game. I mean, it already went gold. It's definitely going to sell. That's unavoidable. I'm just wondering what's going to happen with the protests. Are they going to get worse, or are they kind of just going to move on? Do you think Gotham Knights will have more content? They're supposed to. I have it on good authority from somebody who was literally at the studio that they made Gotham Knights, that they will have paid DLCs coming out. I don't know when or how long it'll take them to get it out, but I have been told on good authority it will in fact have paid DLC. Kind of like what Brie Larson did with her role as Captain Marvel. No, so Brie Larson wasn't canceled. People the people who usually do the canceling, they hate the people who don't like Brie Larson. Brie Larson didn't say anything to get canceled like that. This will be more like Kanye West, but not as bad. Like, that's why I said J.K. Rowling is canceled, but not really. Like, J.K. Rowling, like Kanye West is canceled. J.K. Rowling is basically delayed. Like, if Kanye West is canceled, J.K. Rowling is delayed. Because let's be honest, what's really changed? Like, J.K. Rowling still has her book deal. She's actually published 2 non-Harry Potter books since she got canceled. There's still she got another movie made. There's still a Quidditch league, even though they tried to change their name for clout. We got another Harry Potter game. You know, they got the Harry Potter theme park, the movies, the books are still selling. So, is she really canceled? No. Like, she's still on Twitter. She still has tens of millions of followers. Kanye West is canceled. This man can barely get a hotel room in America. This man is canceled. He went from a billionaire to a millionaire literally overnight. He can't even get on Twitter. And Elon Musk owns it now. He's canceled. J.K. Rowling is not canceled. She's delayed. We'll say that. Because the way you got to cancel, the way you got to do it is, in order for someone to actually be canceled, you kind of got to get everybody, like the casual people, to agree to it. Like, if the majority don't agree to it, it's not really a cancellation, because you can't really enforce it. And that's because J.K. Rowling hasn't pulled a Kanye yet. She hasn't said or done something so outrageous that even casual people are just like, who are just not connected, are just like, oh, nah. Like, if you ask a random person on the street, like an average random person, doesn't know anything about what's going on, you show them a clip of Kanye West from the Alex Jones show, and they're like, oh, what the hell, bro? Nah, get him out of here. But you pull up J.K. Rowling's Twitter feed, and they'll have no idea why she's canceled. They'll be very confused. That's the difference. Kim leave him mess him up. He was messed up before that. For me, it seemed to me like Kanye West mentally started breaking down after he lost his mom. That's when it really started to go downhill for Kanye, if you notice that. You know, his mom died. That's when we had the George Bush doesn't care about black people and the Taylor Swift, let me finish, I'm gonna let you finish. Everything happened. Everything started with his mom. When Tucker interviewed Kanye, was on his side, was when he lost all respect for Tucker. To be fair, a lot of people jump ship off of Kanye. Like, cause the problem with Kanye is his mind is so all over the place. He'll say something and you're like, oh wow, that was actually brilliant. I never thought of that like that. And then he'll say something like slavery is a choice. And you're like, what? There was just a time period where Kanye's craziness was like, didn't completely overshadow the smart stuff he was saying until it did. And then everybody just had to backtrack. Jay-Z, nobody messes with Kanye no more, bro. And I mean, there's really, I hope he gets the help that he very desperately needs. But yeah, there's no going back. What do you think of Fast X having a trailer soon? Brie Larson's part of the cast. I don't care about Fast X, bro. I'll be honest. I've seen all the Fast and the Furious movies. They're all ridiculous. I mean, the first 2 are just solid, are really solid, and then they've just gotten just so ridiculous. You don't go see a Fast and Furious movie looking for good cinema. You just turn your brain off for 2 hours and just just embrace it. As long as Amber Heard is the facts. Like I don't care. Like Brie Larson, I don't think Captain Marvel was a particularly good movie, but Brie Larson is a great actress. So I don't really care. It's not her being in it or not is not going to matter. It's still going to be a Fast and the Furious movie. We know exactly what to expect. It's going to be completely over the top. I'm surprised they didn't have it go full superpower yet. Surprised Fast and Furious still have that. You shouldn't be. Like I know, like on the outside looking in, you're surprised because they're ridiculous movies, but they make money. That's the thing. They have a core audience. You brought in The Rock and Vin Diesel together. You had Jason Statham in a couple. Like you have a core audience who just are ready to see the movie. They don't care. They don't care if it's good because they know they're not going to be good. As long as there's beautiful fast cars and bikinis and over the top fight scenes and stuff blowing up, no one cares. It's Fast and Furious. They just want to see fast car go vroom. Family is a super. That's true, but they literally had Idris Elba being a super soldier in one of them, and they actually do have superpowers. Like there's a scene where, like, apart from Idris literally being a super soldier in one of those movies, there was literally a scene where something happened. They were on a car garage, and the garage was there was an explosion. The foundation was cracked, and Vin Diesel was having a fight on the roof of it, and he just stomps really hard, and like the entire thing just collapses. I'm like, bruh, what is this? That was a point where I just like gave up and was just like, I'm just gonna go with it. This is just Fast and Furious. Isn't that good cinema when you don't have to think? I don't think that's good cinema, no. Good cinema makes you think. Bad cinema requires you not to think. That's the difference. Explosions, fast cars, girls, family, end credits. Literally. And don't forget the Coronas. Gotta have the Coronas. Fast number without Paul Walker. Hogwarts franchise, for sure. What was the last good movie I saw? Emily the Criminal. I watched that on Netflix. That was pretty good. That was Aubrey Plaza's new movie that came on Netflix. That was pretty solid. I liked it. It was decent. Wasn't the greatest thing, but it was fine. I like Aubrey Plaza. It was decently made. Before that, probably Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. A lot of movies in 2022 were pretty forgettable. When The Rock broke off his arm cast by flexing. Yeah, it makes no sense. Hashtag Corona time. You mean to watch Everything Everywhere? Oh, it's fantastic. Definitely worth a watch. Rock was a badass in that movie, and Dom was just fake. Like he was Superman. He couldn't be hurt. It's literally in their contracts, which is wild. They literally have stuff in their Rock and Vin Diesel literally have stuff in their contracts based on, mandating how much they're allowed to get beat up, screen time and stuff like that. It's crazy. All right, Zach, appreciate you. Glass Onion, I heard it was terrible, so I didn't bother. I might watch the Matilda musical though. Netflix is telling me that I should watch it. and I did enjoy the original. Because someone explained why Black Adam was a dud. You thought it was okay. I mean, that's exactly why. It was not very good. I mean, it was just fine. But on top of that, he spoiled the movie. like one of the big plot twists, he spoiled it, and then he spoiled the Henry Cavill cameo. And because the movie wasn't like, here's the thing about The Rock. He's a movie star, one of the few remaining, but his movies don't make that much. Like, his movies don't go that crazy in terms of box office. They make money, but they don't, make like billions of dollars. So you have Black Adam. It was a DC movie, so not as many people are going to see it as when it comes compared to Marvel fans. It wasn't that good, so they didn't really get the word of mouth. There was really nothing to rally behind people. It was just like an okay movie. It was an okay action movie. We're never, not as long as James Gunn is around, there will be no Black Adam versus Superman, unfortunately. If we ever got Black Adam versus Superman movie, Superman literally wouldn't be able to beat him, even though he would drop. I mean, if The Rock was playing Black Adam, pretty much it would have to end in a draw or something. Then apologize. The Rock said, "Forget that. He's done." I guess so. I mean, to be fair, how many more Fast and the Furious movies could they make? Picked up the Steelbook today. Now, I haven't gotten any collectibles, so my hope with Hogwarts Legacy is that whoever sends me the code, if I get the code, I definitely need that deluxe edition. It would be amazing if I got sent the collector's edition, but I gotta see how I gotta make some friends at WB, because they're gonna give Jay Shockblast a collector's edition, but the most I get is the most I get when a company gives me the game is the deluxe edition. They're like, "Oh, here's a deluxe edition in the season pass." Yep, Black Adam is on HBO Max. I also enjoy Green Lantern. Which one? There's a new animated Green Lantern that came out last year. It was pretty good. It's like the origin story for John Stewart, my favorite Green Lantern, and the best Green Lantern. Fight me. I will fight anyone on that. Hope this game is a banger. I do too. Like, there's definitely reasons to be worried about Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, at the very least, we could tell that we're not going to have to worry about the size of the game in terms of the world. Like, we see people walking around, but my concern is when you land, what are you going to do? Like in Elden Ring, you're exploring. Like, there's a hilarious clip where someone just walking casually, and they're like grabbing some items, and then out of nowhere, a dragon lands and eats them. And I was like, that's not something that's going to happen in Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think. We'll see. Because there's a big magical creature element to Hogwarts Legacy. Because you gotta there's going to have the Forbidden Forest, obviously, and you gotta save magical creatures. So you're definitely going to have random encounters with them. So we'll see, but I'm concerned. That's my main concern. How active will this open world be? DC animation movies are fire. You watched all of them recently. Green Lantern, Origin had the Paradox. It was crazy. Yeah, DC live action movies tend to be pretty bad or mediocre unless they're Batman related. But their animated stuff has consistently been really great. Aldrin was a clown, sorry to say it. He was always getting his ass whooped. Yeah, Justice League. John took Hawkman's girl. That already makes him top tier. Facts. You know how supposed to be the strongest. He does get bullied. How you doing, Jake? Happy New Year. Dementors confirmed yet? Matter of fact, let me double check that. I know there's a bunch of magical creatures. I don't know if they have Dementors. Let me see if it's in the FAQ. Nope. I think they are. Oh yeah, that's right. They had Dementors in the trailer, in one of the trailers. Yeah, Dementors are in the game. Yeah, I know some people didn't think there would be, because when we're introduced to Dementors, they're guarding the prisons, they're guarding Azkaban, which obviously isn't a thing here. But they are in Hogwarts Legacy. Live action Green Lantern definitely should be Jon Stewart. We already had a Hal Jordan. Ryan Reynolds did his best, but now it's Hal. Now we need Jon Stewart. What's up, Marvel Cuphead? Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful New Year. Hogwarts Legacy is available on February 10th to the masses. Pre-orders are now live. If you want the Dark Arts Battle Arena, I believe that is still locked behind the deluxe edition. So is this all new story or some layover? This Hogwarts Legacy story is completely original. It takes place hundreds of years before the events of the Harry Potter series. But it has, some canon events as well. It didn't just completely make everything up. Like, this takes place during the Goblin Rebellion. I think this is the second Goblin Rebellion. First or second Goblin Rebellion. This takes place during. Now on Switch though. Your wife mad don't come out till end of year. I'm mad people still have a Switch, bro. Why doesn't Nintendo just upgrade? Make a proper next gen Nintendo console or something. Or at least a new version, at least a better version of the Switch. We think Suicide Squad could Justice League. I think they need to show us some more stuff. I think it's past due. And fortunately now it's 2023. We should finally get it. But so far we've mainly gotten cutscenes, and the cutscenes are great. It looks fun. But the only gameplay we got was, edited heavily together, along with cutscenes. It looked fantastic, you know, the bits that we saw, but that's all we got, and that was a year ago. In theory, it could be one of the games of the year. I mean, it looks like a pretty big world. It's a 4-person game. It's a shooter where you're members of the Suicide Squad, but they each have unique abilities. You're fighting the Justice League. I mean, it should be awesome. It's near the top of my list. Might be actually at the top of my list for games this year. Dark Arts Arena is locked behind the Deluxe Edition, but they also said in the showcase that there are other battle reasons for standard. This aren't Dark Arts related. But you know, we gotta be on Demon Time. Nobody wants to play the Light Arts Arena. We want the Dark Arts Arena. We want to flex on Demon Time. This Suicide Squad is as good as the Arkham games. It will be Game of the Year material. I think it's going to be very different from the Arkham games. I mean, in terms of quality, yeah, but yeah, in terms of how it actually play, it'll definitely be a very different game. It's Rocksteady. I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less from Rocksteady. They have a pretty great track record of quality. Like, even though some people initially didn't like Arkham Knight, they've completely done a 180 and are now hyping it up like it was one of the greatest games ever. But I remember when Arkham Knight first came out, there was definitely some people hating on it. Like, Avengers should have been awesome. Yeah, well, yeah. Avengers should have been a lot of things. I mean, Avengers had some red flags very early on. My thing is, I wasn't following Avengers leading up to it like I have been for a Suicide Squad. Because when I look back, after I already got in Avengers, when I look back on the promo and stuff everything leading up to it, because I didn't get into Avengers until like August of that year. August, like maybe like a month before that. It got on my radar. And I didn't go too crazy into it, but I mean, the red flags were there from the beginning, like the character designs, them not being able to tell you what kind of game it is. Then we got a beta for it. It was the evidence is all there that this is not going to be great. Suicide Squad looks great. It's just we've just had so little bit of information. The only big red flag for Suicide Squad is the heads of the studio leaving before the game is even done. Problem with the Arkham Knight, it was the Batmobile gameplay. Everything else is good. Facts. Literally, that's literally all that was bad. Like, if they had like 70% less Batmobile, it would have been like a perfect game. Only 3 games you're buying this year are Suicide Squad, Jedi Survivor, Spider-Man 2. That's valid. Those are definitely games that could end up on the list of Game of the Year nominees. So, Beer One, glad you're back in one piece from your New Year's Eve shenanigans. Hope you had fun. Happy New Year. Welcome to the first stream of 2023 on the channel. I think Suicide Squad will start marketing in February after Hogwarts comes out. It depends on when they're targeting. Because I know Marvel Spider-Man 2 is targeting fall, probably like September. So I'd be curious where. That's actually interesting to think about. Because we know, like, Spider-Man 2 has only shown us one thing. One trailer, one teaser trailer a year ago. But we already have a release window for the game. And that's all they've shown us so far. Suicide Squad has had, like, what, 6 different trailers? A gameplay showcase? A brief gameplay trailer? And we don't know anything. We haven't heard from them in a while. Since the Game Awards. And that was just mainly a Kevin Conroy tribute. So it's gonna come out May 26th. That's my birthday month. I don't know if it's going to be a looter. That's pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be a looter. Literally all we've gotten are these teaser trailers. So one of these months they got to pick it up. Like, so if it doesn't get pushed back, we have Forespoken in January, Hogwarts Legacy in February, Jedi Survivor in March. I'm not sure what's coming out in April, but the month after that would be Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Same birthday month? Hey, the same as The Rock as well. Actually, me and The Rock have the exact same birthday. Wolong is also March. Oh, nice. Dead Island 2. Oh, that's something. See, there's something every month. Taurus, I don't believe in astrology. It's racism for white women. I might check out Dead Island 2. I'm gonna see if I get a code for that. So if appreciate that sub on Durag Gang. If it comes out in May, then they should start marketing pretty aggressively. I'd say March. I mean, it should be before that. But I know God of War Ragnarok started their big marketing push like 2 or 3 months from launch. So yeah, maybe we'll start seeing some more aggressive Suicide Squad promo in March. Horizon, Burning Shores, DLC in April. Oh yeah, that's right. And their VR, because PlayStation VR 2 is supposed to be coming out, and Horizon Call of the Mountain is coming as an exclusive for the PSVR 2. So they gotta have that as well. Suicide Squad need to have a lot of outfits, a build system, everything. Avengers should have been. Definitely need outfits because I don't like their base Harley Quinn. That's my one complaint. from what I've seen so far. Everything looks great, but you know, I love everyone has a gun, but they also have unique mechanics. I don't like the character model or the outfit for their base Harley Quinn. So I would love it if we had the old Arkham look available, because I'm not really a fan of it. Everyone else looks dope, but wasn't feeling Harley Quinn. You want Street Fighter 6? Okay. So I'm not a fighting game guy. Not really. I did some Demon Slayer because I love the anime, but not really my thing. I used to play Street Fighter all the time as a kid, but I've gotten out of it. It looks amazing, mainly for the waifus, but I don't think I'm going to be picking up Street Fighter 6. I'm a call that. I'm gonna leave that. I don't want to do. I want to do Street Fighter 6. You want to do for research? You going to do some research? I bet you are. Good luck playing with one hand. You wonder how it's going to work in the trailer. Seems they're trying to watch the Brainiac control from the Justice League. Yeah, that's the basic premise. Brainiac has mind controlled the Justice League, and we have to fight them. Well, the mission Amanda Wallace seemed to specifically given them was to kill the Justice League. So we'll see about that. Because if you're literally killing the Justice League members in the game, then I could definitely say we're going to eliminate Rocksteady as a studio doing a Justice League game in the future. Because this takes place in that universe. Marissa looks like she might be your type. I am a Chun-Li loyalist / enjoyer. And Cammy. You already know Flash got his ass beat in the last trailer, yeah. But they didn't kill him. He lost a finger though. Playing Dying Light 2? Oh. Casual did that on purpose. He's trying to trigger me. He's trying to make me go on another rant. I'm not taking the bait. Speaking of dead games, Dying Light 2, definitely dead game. I'm still mad. I am still mad though. They got me out of $60. That game was dog water. Only way to play Street Fighter 6 is as an arcade like you did as a teenager. Eastwood showing his age once again. He's got God of War. It's nice so far. Yeah, I enjoyed the cutscenes. Not enough to get the game. You haven't seen Kimberly yet? New black girl for Street Fighter 6. Oh, they added some diversity? Okay. Kimberly Street Fighter 6. See what they talk about. No, thank you. But good to have you in the game, sister. My good to have a queen in the game, but I'm a stick with Chun-Li and Cammy. You know, I had to do some quick research. I just hadn't seen it. First time seeing the game. Hogwarts Legacy definitely is going to be fun, I think. Like, I was really impressed with the room of requirement aspects of it, because I played a lot of looters, done a lot of looting over the past couple years. So I do appreciate that Hogwarts Legacy has its own gear system unique to its world that encourages you to explore. You got to rescue, you know, part of getting your armor and stuff is you got to rescue animals, you know, magical creatures, and you have to get their materials, and you can craft that for better gear. But it's like, the open world still leaves me with some questions, but the combat looks pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the arena, but at least knowing that there's going to be a lot of exploration required in order to level up, get spells and everything, that's good. You know, plus I love cute animals. The second gameplay showcase definitely helped some of my initial skepticism, because when I first saw the gameplay showcase, you know, I was more excited about the idea of Hogwarts Legacy. But when I found out, you know, on top of what I saw, there's no multiplayer, there's no Quidditch, there's not even Wizards, I was just like, well, what is there to do in this game? like who wants an open world Harry Potter game if there's nothing to actually do in it, you know? Because I'm looking at all the NPC interactions, and they're just like, they seem super limited and scripted. So my concern was like, is it going to be just you play through the story and then it's just really, you know, pretty linear experience? You bang out some side quests in the different regions and then you peace out. I hope that, yeah, there's no Quidditch. I hope they add it later. This is the footage from the second gameplay showcase. They should, if they can add it later, they 100% should. But if not, then that's gonna be just like, at this point, it would be weird because every game has DLCs now. So if they didn't have a DLC later with expanded stuff, I would be very surprised. I don't think multiplayer is going to be one of those things they're adding, but I mean, they gotta have that. They gotta have a Quidditch mode. Like, you can't not have a Quidditch mode in Harry Potter. Like, come on, what are we doing? Kind of sad this is I'm definitely sad it's not multiplayer, because that was part of the experience. It's already because you just saw they were showing off the black hairstyles and thought they might be parent to cover criticisms. Oh no, that's legitimately something that me and many other black gamers have been on developers' heads about. You know, especially Elden Ring. That's a big one. That's one thing we can definitely say Hogwarts Legacy has over Elden Ring: black hairstyles. RDC World had a hilarious skit about this. Too many games neglect black hairstyles. They either don't have them at all, have us looking like Karens, or they have like the same one or two. Appreciate that sub, Evan. It's like, oh, we're gonna have the afro or the low natural. but Hogwarts Legacy has like legit black hairstyles. I mean, the pandering, if you want to call it that, I mean, they do. You can basically make a trans character if you want. So that's something if that's what you're trying to do, but it just to me seems like they just had a really expansive custom character creator that includes, more people. They should absolutely have more games. Should absolutely have durags. You're not wrong. Like, look at the quality. Look at the quality of these braids. Look at that. How could I not get this game for the culture? They put this much attention and detail into the braids. That's RG3. Look at these dreads too. I wouldn't make them purple. But look at how good those dreads look. That's amazing. Those are amazing quality dreads. So we're going crazy in that character creator, bro. We going absolutely insane in there. Day one. I'm gonna run through every black hairstyle and combination that I can. 2K dripping. You already know. I'm gonna get picked into the dripper in house. Then we're going to switch over for a second playthrough to dripping door. Then we're going to move over to dripping claw. And then we're going to end it on swaggle puff. We're going to go crazy there. And I might play around a little bit, create like a really funky looking character. I might literally see if I can create Voldemort. I think that'd be funny if they, because based on the character creator, I think you can pull it off. Am I liking what so far? The second gameplay showcase definitely left me more hype than the first one. So I'm looking forward to see what they pull out for the third. I'll show other students some black magic. They're right. The fresh blood print, the fresh blood prints. Oh yeah, I mean Tom Riddle. I mean easily. That's just a standard white guy. Voldemort would be the tricky one. What up, Craig? Happy New Year, brother. Like having Voldemort, because you gotta have no nose, super pale. The slits on the eye, like you gotta go the whole thing with the Voldemort. So I'd be curious how deep the character creator go. We might go back also because we did this. People did this in Elden Ring, but and this will be a cool thing to do with Hogwarts Legacy. Just create anime characters, see if I create Marvel characters, DC characters, just playing around with different playthroughs and builds. I know since this is a magic game, maybe we'll make some Black Clover characters. What DLC would I like to see in Gotham Knights? New characters. So one take, spam the likes, yes sir. Hope you had a wonderful New Year's, Craig. Got to create Wanda Strange. Yep, gotta create. We gotta create Wanda Strange. I might create a Saitama. See if I create Sasuke. Naruto. So one, cause I can't think of any anime characters that really use wands, like that are like famous. They usually just they usually just literally throw hands. But we can use our imagination. And some of these spells look pretty swaggy. Like the Dark Arts Arena gameplay was looking pretty clean. Make a big, tall, and bearded white guy, call him Eastwood or Dumbledore. Eastwood. Let me find out Eastwood looks like Dumbledore. Death Salzer. Yeah, because I think you could do different color eyes, so I gotta see how deep we can go in the eyes. Because if we do a Sasuke, I gotta do the one eye Sharingan, one eye Rinnegan. One red, one purple. They'll probably have the hairstyles too, because the hairstyle selection seems to be crazy. Hogwarts Legacy might be one of those games where you spend like the first hour in the character customization, just going through. See precision, what'd it do? Is kind of about to be crazy fire, yeah. Yeah, when I first saw, when they showed some early combat, I was like, because I wish more developers would like give us some high level combat, because you know the first thing players are going to think of if they see you doing combat and everyone's kind of, and all the enemies are kind of just standing around, people get worried. But like this arena looks a lot more engaging. Like the enemies aren't just standing around. You actively have to dodge and counter, because the enemies are pretty aggressive. Oh, I can't wait to do that killing curse. I'll be spamming that boy. Well, Bruno, this is just reviewing the gameplay showcase that they did recently. I streamed it on Twitch. This was during the YouTube hiatus, but now that I'm back on YouTube, I wanted to make sure I did a stream going over the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay for all the people that missed it on Twitch. I already know people are going to spend hours making characters. I'm going to be one of them. When I first stream this game, I am definitely going to be going crazy on the character creator. I'm definitely going to start off with myself, obviously, but I'm a test the different stuff that you can do. Because I definitely want to create some characters later for different playthroughs and just different videos. I'm just thinking of it content wise. I can just make videos showing people how to create different characters. That could just be a whole thing. Character customization going to be fire. Gotta have the Slytherin. Oh, of course. Yo, I feel like so many people are going to just go straight to the dark arts and just be a Slytherin. Because how can you not? Like, they have the unforgivable curses in this game. You know, having those are going to be more fun. So I expect there's going to be a cooldown on them, which is another reason I'm looking forward to diving straight into the build aspect of it. Because I know from experience with looters, there are definitely ways to reduce those cooldowns. And I know they got one for the unforgivables, especially Avada Kedavra, because that's just an instant win. I'm gonna have a straight up Avada Kedavra build. Just focus on reducing the cooldown and just spamming Avada Kedavra. Just winning. I'm gonna definitely have one of those. If it's possible. You're buying it out of spite. I want to play the game just because I want to play it. My main concern is I just want the game early. I want to get the game with some of the other content creators. I don't want to have to wait for day one code, because at that point I might as well just pre-order. Early. But if I can secure a code pretty early on, then we should be good. Like a couple weeks before launch. So if this comes out on February 10th, then depending on how they do the embargo, content creators and the press should have this game like at least the first week of February. Probably the last week of January through first week of February. You'll see the early impressions and reviews start going up. No, actually WB usually does reviews like the week of. I think they might even do it like the day before. I think that's how they did Gotham Knights. I remember they had first impressions a couple weeks out, but the review embargo didn't lift until like the day before. WB tends to do that. So reviews for Hogwarts Legacy probably will go out like the day before it's available commercial for everybody. That's just usually how WB does it. It's the only game you waiting for? I'm surprised you're not waiting for Suicide Squad at least. Did I do a poll on who'll boycott the game? Yeah. The boycotters lost. Badly. It was not particularly close. Let me see. It was like 6,000 votes. 51% said they're buying. 42% said they're not interested. And 3% said they're boycotting. Let me find out Genius Button the Potterhead. never would have guessed. Well, I guess you're going to love the customization then, because it looks like there is definitely a deep skill tree and gear system, relatively speaking. Try to play 3 days early, yeah. So yeah, so if it comes out on the 10th, then if you get it 3 days early, you should be able to play it on the 7th. So then the reviews should come out on the 6th, I would say. I would guess. Let me, depending on what day that is. What day is... February 6th, that's a Monday. Yeah, I can see reviews going out. So reviews will go out on that Monday. Early access will start on Tuesday. And then the game is available for everyone on Friday. That makes sense. I can see WB doing that. Imagine not getting a game when devs work their asses off because of something the person said. I mean, I have no problem with people voting with their wallets. I'm a big proponent of that. If you believe in something, then, you know, put your money where your mouth is, do your thing. My problem is telling other people what to do with their money in their private time. That's where I have an issue with. If you can't separate the art from the artist, perfectly fine. But don't come after other people who are able to do that, or who just don't agree. That's my thing. Especially if you're not even consistent about what you support and what you don't support. Because it's like, if you really add it up, everybody financially contributes, unless you live in the wilderness and are completely away from technology. You hunt your own food and everything. All of your money is contributing to somebody who's doing bad things or saying bad things, like all the time. Like, the CEO of your internet provider is probably a terrible person who treats their employees like garbage. If you're protesting Hogwarts Legacy, it's that comes from WB Games, Warner Brothers. I'm sure they've done some stuff, and I'm sure you've supported their stuff. So if you're going to boycott Hogwarts Legacy, that means no Lego games, no DC properties, no Batman stuff. I'm sure everyone here has a cell phone. Are you going to tell me not to buy Hogwarts Legacy because it's going to cause harm? Why, as you type that on your iPhone, which was made with slave labor? like what are we doing here? Literal slave labor. That's my thing. We live in a complicated world. No one can be perfect with how they spend their money. Your money, one way or another, is going towards something bad. If you want to pick and choose, you know, if you make the calculation that, okay, the amount of harm my purchase over here causes isn't enough to outweigh my need or desire to have that thing. That's perfectly fine, but don't get mad at other people for doing the exact same thing. Because it's like, oh, I mean, we can say same thing for Marvel, yeah. Who I know some of you remember in the chat, by Odin's Fade. That what if Miles Morales was Thor is one of the most racist things I've ever seen printed. But I don't see a lot of boycott Marvel stuff going on. Because it's like, yeah, people pick and choose. If you decided on one hand that supporting slave labor, you can tolerate that because you really want the new iPhone. That's your choice. That's your calculus. But don't then get mad at people over here who decided that their desire to play an open world Harry Potter game outweighs whether or not they feel comfortable with J.K. Rowling saying mean things on Twitter. You're making the same calculus. I just don't like people who just ignore all that and are acting like, or get on this pure social justice crusade where it's like, okay, no one's perfect. If people over here can overlook J.K. Rowling saying stupid things on Twitter to enjoy Hogwarts Legacy, and you can overlook small children working in sweatshops so you can have your new iPhone, then you have nothing to argue about. You do your thing over here, let them do their thing over here, and move on with your life. At the end of the day, it's just a video game. J.K. Rowling is already rich. It's not like J.K. Rowling needs the royalties from Hogwarts Legacy to fund her big anti-LGBT agenda. She's a billionaire. She's literally rich. J.K. Rowling has so much money. She gave away hundreds of millions of dollars, lost her billionaire status because she gave so much away to charity. But then her properties made so much money, she's a billionaire again. She became a billionaire twice in a matter of years. Like you buying or not buying doesn't make a difference to J.K. Rowling's bottom line. She still has millions of followers. She still has billions of dollars. So make it a personal decision. You don't want to buy it because you don't want to support J.K. Rowling anymore. In any way, directly or indirectly, perfectly fine. Other people disagree. They're saying other people are like, I don't care, I still want it. Or some people are just like, it bothers me, but I'm still going to enjoy it. Or some people disagree and they're going to enjoy it. And some people are, of course, buying it out of spite. People are buying the game. It's nothing you can do about it. It is what it is. Don't forget y'all killing the client. We're constantly killing the client. Yeah, Disney used to be so racist. Holy. Yo, buy the game and make a new story without flexing it. The studio devs and their families will be the ones hurt when jobs are lost. Yeah, and this is not going to happen, obviously, but if the boycotts were somehow so bad that WB decided to just cancel the game, a month before release, Avalanche would just go under. It would be a disaster. And yeah, all those devs would be out of a job. But you know, that's not gonna happen because we're a month away from the game coming out. the game's coming out. J.K. Rowling's rich. There's nothing you can do. Play the game or don't play the game. My thing is just don't tell other people what to do. Personally, yeah, I think the game looks pretty good. I mean, I still want to see a little more. In the second gameplay showcase, they showed us the castle. We got to see the room of requirement. We got to see the room beyond the room requirement where you keep your animals. And we got to travel the Hogwarts, fly over the Hogwarts grounds, which looked incredible. And we got to pop into the Hogsmeade Village. We still haven't seen I think Diagon Alley is a location. Yeah, no Quidditch though. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. They gotta add that later. Actually, let me check something. Hogwarts Legacy locations. So you have, yep. All right. So you got the castle, which we saw. There's going to be the Forbidden Forest, which we flew over. It's pretty, we know that's pretty big. Got the Hogsmeade Village, which we were able to walk through, / Hogsmeade Station. And the other location is Diagon Alley. So that's basically the whole map. So it's basically all the map regions. You get the Thestral, you get the Hippogriff, and you get brooms. Those are your main ways of transportation. Who's the main villain? The Dark Wizards. This game takes place during one of the Goblin rebellions, when the goblins formed an alliance with the Dark Wizards in order to try to overthrow the hierarchy of the wizarding world because they were being denied their rights. So that conflict is the backdrop for the game. They didn't go into too much detail about it, but that's the basic premise. I'm definitely looking forward to going through Diagon Alley. It would have been nice if you could go to the Ministry of Magic. I love to walk through there. I wonder if they could make that an expansion. Because there's Ministry of Magic, there's a lot of stuff in there. They could go crazy with the Ministry as a location. If you could fully explore it and even do stuff in there. But walking around Diagon Alley should be pretty dope. And the Hogwarts grounds look insane. Who was texting me? That my lawyer? Yep. Oop. Gotta follow up. How many spells can you use at once? Spells. It's funny, during the second gameplay showcase, they censored the loadout screen for your spells, but based on the weapon wheel, looks like It looks to be about force. I'm assuming those are spells, but who knows what they are. They look like spells on the weapon wheel. It looked like, so that's after the loadout. So that looks like 4 spells on the weapon wheel plus potions. So that's, yep. So the skull is Avada Kedavra. That one, the bottom one looks like a stunning spell. The top one, not sure what that did. So it looks like 8 total. It kind of looks like Forespoken. In Forespoken, you have multiple element types. In the demo, you start off with earth and fire, and you can switch back and forth. You have trees that have abilities for each of those, but then you also have support abilities. So you have a support tree for each of those. So Hogwarts, and this one looks like a loadout. Looks like they have loadouts. 16 spells. At the very least 8. I've seen at least 8 just in the dark arts arena loadout showcase. This one has this loadout we're seeing right now has Avada Kedavra on it. And then he just switched out to this loadout, which has that telekinesis spell. The Avengers still doesn't have loadouts. Looked it up to 16 to cycle through. That's pretty good. That should be pretty fun. It'll be good to flex that during the dark arts arenas. They're different arenas. And each spell is on a cooldown, which makes sense because wizards have a lot of spells they cycle through, and if you're adding cooldowns, then you want to have a pretty good variety, because literally without their wands, wizards are pretty useless. So you don't want to be in a situation where you gotta do hand-to-hand combat. So having a decent amount of spells to cycle through is definitely a must. So you're not in a position where you have no spells off cooldown. That would be pretty bad. That was like Septum Sempra. The game would be great if Doctor Strange crossed the multiverse. That would be very fair. Doctor Strange would like body the entire Harry Potter universe. Well, not the MCU one. The MCU one's kind of trash, but the comic Doctor Strange would definitely body the whole Harry Potter universe. These Magic games coming out really easy with a Doctor Strange game. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying Midnight Suns because I can literally play as Doctor Strange, and he's pretty powerful. He's got some pretty dope magic. But yeah, he definitely needs his own action adventure game. It's got to happen at some point. It'd be awesome if that was a third EA Marvel game. We know the first one is Iron Man, because Jeff Grubb leaked the Black Panther one, I think. And then Motive and EA confirmed an Iron Man game. So we don't know what the third one is, though. So that third one's going to be exciting. I wonder who it's going to be. It's probably going to be another single player game. So I'm wondering which character they're going to build on. I know somebody's work. I know I've heard from reliable sources that there have been several X-Men games in development. Do I think Doctor Strange is popular currently? Yeah, he's been popular for decades. And the MCU gave him a pretty big boost in popularity. But he was already one of the most popular characters in Marvel before the MCU. I know Ubisoft revealed they're doing a Star Wars game. They finally came out with that one. But they're all supposed to be doing a Marvel game. But speaking of the Ubisoft Star Wars game, I heard some bad news about that. For those that saw my video, for those that didn't see my video, and for those that did see it, Ubisoft confirmed this year that they are in development on a new Star Wars game. This was rumored for a while. It's supposed to be an open world Star Wars game, but just heard it looks like it's going to be some microtransactions. I know if you're familiar with Ubisoft, you're probably not very shocked by that, but I was looking up their job their job posting, and they are in fact looking for monetization experts. So it looks like we'll probably see some monetization in this Star Wars game. Hopefully not in the Marvel game. At least not too bad. Like, I don't have a problem with microtransaction in games. You know, if it's like cosmetics, I don't care about that. Like, if you're mad about micro extra cosmetics in games, having to pay for them, like, cope. That's fine. My issue is with gameplay. Like when you're putting major gameplay progression, or if you have gear, if you put stuff like that behind a paywall, that's where I have a problem. Think it'll be a female to get the next Tomorrow standalone? I don't know. I feel like, I mean, this is EA we're talking about. They're all about the money. So they went with Iron Man for one game. According to the rumor, they're going for Black Panther for the other game. I feel like it's definitely got to be someone popular. Like Daredevil, maybe? Or maybe they make that third one multiplayer, or a team up game like X-Men. This will be the first overall Star Wars game. Better not be a flop. I mean, technically, not the first open world Star Wars game, but definitely hope it's not a flop, for sure. You have to finish the Avatar game, so who knows when the Star Wars game. Oh yeah, the Ubisoft one is not going to be out for a while. Yeah, we got Jedi Survivor in March, but I don't know what's going on with the Knights of the Old Republic remake. The Embracer Group seemed confident in that, so maybe that's 2024. Star Wars Eclipse sounds like it's just a canceled game waiting to happen. The Ubisoft one might be a couple years away. I don't know. At least we'll have Jedi Survivor to hold us over. But I think the game after Jedi Survivor will most likely be Knights of the Old Republic remake, assuming there's no more delays. But that one has a lot of potential for sure. But that's another one that was in like development hell. So like, I like the Embracer Group, but I don't have that much faith in them that they would overcome this. Like, they have some great studios under them, but they also have some not great. Like we saw what happened with Saints Row. But the one thing we can count on is that the Embracer Group is about their money. So if they're confident in Knights of the Republic remake, they're probably going to make sure they don't have another Saints Row incident. All right, Dave, appreciate you. A Knights of the Republic remake flopping would be like a disaster. They cannot afford that. Is the KOTOR remake timed exclusive? I hope not. I mean, I have a PlayStation, but I don't like that sort of stuff. If it doesn't have to be. I like you know, that sort of thing, because it keeps the competition is healthy. When there's competition, it makes both companies fight to make better products for us. It will be a PlayStation 5 console exclusive at launch alongside a PC release. Yep. Yep. So PC and PS5. So this is footage from the second gameplay showcase for Hogwarts Legacy. But typically how it works is that game developers send the game out early. They do this with every game. They send the game out early for free to different content creators and media members. And they have them play the game, review it, give their first impressions, and post content around it. This is all part of the gaming marketing ecosystem. You know, the game journalists and the content creators, you know, the YouTubers and what have you, they get content for themselves and a free game, and the developers get basically free publicity for their game. So that's how that typically works. You know, Jay already has a copy. I don't know if they sent them out yet. I think they go out in like a few weeks. The early copies of Hogwarts Legacy. I signed some paperwork for WB Games a while ago, so I can get the stuff early, so I could get free games from them. That's how I got Lego Star Wars, though. I ended up getting that code late, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. But I'm trying to make sure I get Hogwarts Legacy as early as possible. I want to get it the same day as Jay. That's my biggest priority. Jay Shivlas, indeed. Jay Shivlas, he's gonna get the game. He's gonna get the collector's edition. They're probably gonna send him a statue. He's gonna get the full treatment. I'll just be satisfied if they send me the deluxe edition early, so I could do a review and first impressions content. That's my main thing. I don't need the collector's edition. I don't need them to fly me out to Avalanche Studios. Just give me the game early. With everybody else, I clearly deserve it. And I'm Gucci. especially for this game. Not only is Hogwarts Legacy going to be one of the biggest games of the year, arguably could end up being the biggest game of the year in terms of sales, but I've been a Harry Potter fan since I was a kid, so getting the opportunity to play an open world game based in the universe on a PS5 is definitely something I cannot wait to share plenty of on the channel and just to enjoy it for myself. But damn, they need to add Quidditch, bro. Like, if they don't add Quidditch, holy, he's gonna get the last edition with him as a character. Probably. I'm actually with the character. You know, it'd be funny if they had a character creator like 2K where you could do a face scan, except actually functional. That'd be funny. That'd be funny if you could face scan yourself in Hogwarts Legacy. I would definitely rock with that. The face scan with 2K was awful, but that'd be fun. I'm gonna try my best. The character creator looks pretty in depth, so I'm gonna spend a good amount of time getting my character right, and then I'll experiment because I'm gonna create some, you know, characters for fun, like Marvel and anime characters. What's up, Travis? Hope you had a happy new year. What score am I expecting the game to get? I have no idea. It depends entirely on how good it is. That's the thing. A game can look good, but until people that aren't the developers actually get to play it and give their impressions, like there's no telling. It could go either way. Like certain games, you can pretty much predict what they're going to get. Like as soon as they announced God of War Ragnarok and showed it off, we knew that was going to get 9 and 10 out of 10s. Like that was obvious. You know, Santa Monica Studios doesn't put out low quality efforts, and it looked just like an improved version of 2018. So that was an obvious 9, 10 out of 10. We could probably expect the same with Insomniac Spider-Man 2. Hogwarts Legacy has enough question marks though that it literally will depend on the first impressions. Like the game, like from what we've seen, like not having Quidditch is definitely, you know, stuff like that is definitely going to rub people the wrong way. But I mean, the game looks great. You know, you see there's a lot of exploration you can do, but the world from what they've shown does look pretty empty. The combat looks pretty fun though. So once people are allowed to once the content creators, because I don't really trust the mainstream game media. Once the content creators are allowed to play it and give their first impressions, then I think that's when, depending on who it is, we'll get an idea of how it's going to lean. Like I'm predicting, if I had to predict IGN, I mean, they're usually pretty predictable. Based on IGN's coverage so far of Hogwarts Legacy, IGN will probably give it a 7 out of 10, regardless of how good the actual game is. Maybe even as low as a 6. But we'll have to see how the game actually performs when other people get to play it and they get to explore, see what's in it. But IGN, definitely, I'm expecting like a 7. No more than a 7. Happy New Year's, Ibrahim. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Quidditch not a thing until the 19th century? Let me check the lore. When was Quidditch invented? Not the real life sport, which is not actually not even real. I regret calling that a real life sport immediately. It's definitely not. I'm on a Potter wiki. The first ever recorded game of Quidditch was in the year 1050. Hogwarts Legacy takes place in the 1890s. Yeah. Yeah. So Quidditch was definitely a thing during the time Hogwarts Legacy takes place in. For at least 800 years. So yeah, there should be Quidditch in this game. And it's very disappointing that there's not. This shit had co-op. Yeah, because it feels like a Harry Potter game is definitely suited to co-op if it's open world. I definitely felt like a co-op type of game. Like I was thinking this would be more like a really advanced MMO. Like imagine lobbies where different people are where you can go to class, you can join it with different people, go to class, do activities, explore the castle, have a game of Quidditch, you know, kind of like in the park in 2K. Pull up to the field, have a Quidditch game, invite some friends to your lobby, try to get the best servers, have a Quidditch game, have a duel, like a PvP arena. That's what I was predicting and expecting for an open world Hogwarts game. So it's by no means going to be the ideal, like the perfect open world Hogwarts game. Yep, cups of butterbeer they definitely have. Quidditch, they're not. Yeah, so touring between this and Wild Hearts. You want to support this game because you love the world of Hogwarts. Being the 1890s is awesome. Wild Hearts. I'm not turning off. If I get it early, that's fine. But I've definitely decided that Hogwarts Legacy, Jedi Survivor, Suicide Squad, and Spider-Man 2 are my absolute must, gotta have them's. Wild Hearts, meanwhile, is Monster Hunter with Japanese lore. Both sound epic. I'm waiting for Black Myth Wukong. That game looks fire. That's a game I could dive into. Online duels and Quidditch would be so fun. Facts, bro. Like if Elden Ring can have wizard duels with a multiplayer online, Hogwarts Legacy, he definitely should. Like that's wild, bro. What's going on, Gotham Knights? Nothing right now. basically we're waiting for the next DLC to be announced, which, according to my sources, will be paid and not free. I don't know if they're planning on doing any more patches. The last one was pretty good. They added high level gear to the open world, which a bunch of people requested, because it was like not good that the only way to get a chance at level 60 gear was to just do the same floor of heroic assault, because it made going on patrol completely pointless. So I'm glad that they fixed that in the last patch. Yeah, so the traversal, for the traversal in this game, you have the broom, you have the hippogriff, and you have the thestral. I think a couple of those might be part of the pre-order bonus. Avengers Saga, Avengers been over, bro. especially now. You already know the vibes, bro. You're a veteran. Avengers is down bad in particular right now, but they're down bad every January. The game already doesn't have the game never had enough content. Always has stuff get delayed, but the devs always go on vacation in like mid-December, and they don't come back until technically the end of the month, but really February. So it's basically nothing but skin sales for the rest of the month. And they don't even have anything new for shipments. They're recycling Iron Man again. This is like the 6th time they're making Iron Man 3 the specialty item for the shipments. Still up playing Buggy. I haven't touched Avengers in a while. It's been a bit. I didn't end up covering it last week, because it's quite frankly nothing to do, and I'm enjoying Midnight Suns a lot. Like I'm obsessed with Midnight Suns. What game is this? This is Hogwarts Legacy. Avengers was an amazing idea, just horribly executed. Avengers could have been the biggest game in the entire world. Bigger than Fortnite. Bigger than Genshin Impact. Just wasn't meant to me. I mean, in terms of Hogwarts Legacy, the second gameplay showcase won me over more. Like, I was already interested in the game just because of the IP and the premise, but I had concerns about how good the open world actually would be. And this second gameplay showcase definitely answered some of those questions. So I'm still, at this point, committed to playing it. But the lack of Quidditch definitely bothers me. It definitely bothers me. The Dark Wizard Arena being a deluxe edition, it's annoying, but fine. No multiplayer, no Quidditch. Definitely annoying. Do we get to fight Lord, the singer? No. Voldemort is not alive. This is Hogwarts Legacy. It takes place in the 1800s. $1890, I believe, to be exact. Tom Riddle is not born. You think anyone has cake like Monica? I don't expect any cake. So not only do I not, I mean, I'm sure somebody has cake in Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, in the Harry Potter world. But you're never going to see it because everybody wears robes. This game in particular, though, no, I'm not expecting any cake. I mean, they obviously don't want to. These are 50 years, I think. You come into the game, so obviously they don't want to. They're not going to sexualize 50 years. And the teachers in Hogwarts tend to be old as hell, so that's out of the picture. Yeah, so if you're looking for fan service in your video games, you're gonna have to try Stellar Blade, which comes out later this year, supposedly. Or Street Fighter 6. If you're looking for dessert, it ain't gonna be in a Harry Potter game. Is Dumbledore in the game? He is old as hell, but no. I can't confirm. I know he's not at Hogwarts. So yeah, so this game takes place in 1890. Dumbledore was born in 1881. So at the start of this game, Dumbledore is 9 years old. Dumbledore is not even old enough to go to Hogwarts in this version of the game. Oh, according to this. What's up, Moby? This is the second gameplay showcase for Hogwarts Legacy that the devs put on. I streamed it on Twitch, but now that I'm back on YouTube, I wanted to do a stream covering it. Rest where McGonagall was caked up. Oh, imagine being that bad, that down bad. Yeah, you will not be running any phase with Dumbledore. He's a literal child. You're in Hogwarts Legacy, your character is a 5th year. Dumbledore is literally 9 years old. You will not be doing anything with Dumbledore. This is a very much original game. Pretty much all the characters you know and love are either not alive or too young to be relevant. Wait to do Cruciatus. We got another person taking the Dark Wizard path, I see. I think that's by far going to be the most popular playthrough. Everybody wants to be a Dark Wizard. That looks really good. Actually kind of surprised at how good it looks. It looked a little clunky in the first showcase. That was another problem. It looked a little awkward, and the enemies were kind of standing around. So I was like, I don't know about this. But devs always do this. They always save the high-end gameplay for later. But that's why I was glad for the second showcase, because they showed the Dark Arts arena and a player that actually knew what they were doing. So we got to see what kind of high-level wizard combat looks like in an arena setting. that was a really good showcase for what the combat could be in the game. So if it's like based on what I saw in the arena, it looks like it's definitely gonna be fun. You feel bad as you don't even know what cruciatus it is. It's one of the 3 unforgivable curses. Stellar yams, can't wait. Hell yeah. Stellar, that's what we call stellar cake, stellar yams. Hell yeah. Cruciatus is one of the 3 unforgivable curses. The Imperious Curse allows you to control the mind of your target. The Cruciatus Curse is a torture curse that makes your target feel unbelievable pain. And of course, Avada Kedavra is the most powerful curse, the killing curse, instant death, unless you have plot armor like Harry does. You know you want Selena? I've freely admitted that I'm starting my playthrough with Hogwarts Legacy on the dark path. So that definitely is going to put me right in Slytherin. I say this, but today's age, we always need to remember that combat and other things can get updated. Yeah, but not really. Like, combat is one of those things that you can't really fix once it's done. Like you can make changes. You can make some adjustments. Like we've seen in Avengers, they've done stuff like mainly boost attack damage, do some stuff with gear. But the fundamentals of the combat system can't really be changed after the game comes out. So if you mess that up, there's really no going back. Is Gotham Knights over? I mean, define over. They released their first DLC 2 months ago. Less than 2 months ago. It's really a month. It's really like a month, a little over a month ago. They released their first DLC. Hope we get a Resurrection Stone, a Visibility Cloak, and Elder Wand. I don't think we're going to get any of those things. Maybe an Invisibility Cloak. But actually, no, I don't think we're going to get any of those things. I don't know, we'll see. They're doing this whole ancient magic angle. I don't think we're going to have the items of power. Stellar Yams better be peak. It looks pretty peak. Like the yams are a nice gimmick and we appreciate it, but the actual gameplay looked pretty fun. Like Devil May Cry with the yams. Let's see, Elder One. Yeah, I don't think anyone's getting the Elder Wand, but we'll see. Is Forespoken an instant cop? Definitely not. But I mean, the good thing about Forespoken is that if you're on the fence about it at all, you could just download the demo for free and play it. I thought that was a great idea, a bold idea, and more games should do that. Because back in the day, games used to do demos all the time. You used to be able to get demo discs for your system with multiple games on there, so you could play them as a preview, but also to see if it was something you want to get the full version of. So definitely shout out to Forespoken for having the courage, especially with some of the maybe that was their idea, because there was a lot of early skepticism. You know, people weren't fans of the dialogue, so there's like, all right, you know what? We're just gonna put the game out there. You can download it for free, play it. Let the game speak for itself. Don't know, is a wizard like Sith and Jedi or evil? I mean, it's definitely not like the Jedi and the Sith. That's very mystical. Wizards are very much just people with superpowers. You know, dark wizards tend to just be bigots. They just instead of guns, though, they have magic, and they wield, you know, some of the darker arts. It has some parallels, you know, because you know, both quote unquote good wizards can learn the unforgivables, but use of it tends to only be with something that dark wizards go with. It's just a matter of perspective. Like a lot of wizards, even the non-dark wizards can be pretty terrible people, as we saw throughout Harry Potter. You know, look at the Ministry of Magic and Fantastic Beasts, and in the Harry Potter world. Hogwarts Legacy, Forespoken. Better than Forespoken? Probably. But Forespoken was surprisingly fun. GTA 6 Game of the Year in 2077. Is there Game of the Year 2077? I heard insiders saying 2025, 2024, probably 2025. Ministry of Magic is basically the Illuminati. Yeah, kind of. Their whole thing is they're the government, so they wouldn't technically be the Illuminati. They're just the government. The Illuminati would be the people behind the government. But their role is basically monitor, regulate the wizarding world, and make sure muggles don't know about magic. Our government works for the Illuminati. That's how that works. You have the government employees who mostly have no idea what's going on. And then you have the higher level government employees who know what's going on, but they just do what they're told. That's usually how it breaks down. They have factions within the government that operate independently. We call those black budget. The Ministry of Magic, it didn't really go that deep. Like in Harry Potter, it was pretty simplistic. You had the ministry, the government. It was basically the government. And then within the ministry, you had people who secretly supported Voldemort. But that was pretty much as far as it went. Because one of the central conflict in the wizarding world is basically pure blood wizards and their supremacy and how they think they're better than everyone, including magical creatures and people who aren't pure bloods. So you obviously have those elements working within the ministry, and then Voldemort, his Death Eaters are basically like a cult, you know, more so than an Illuminati type of force, or actually more like a terrorist organization, if we're being real. And then you have members of the ministry who are sympathetic with their cause or just directly supporting them. Appreciate the sub, Angelica. And Marvel's the Illuminati is good. Yeah. They're good. Pretty much, yeah. It depends. But yeah, generally the Illuminati, yeah. In Marvel, technically operating in the better interests of Earth, I would say. As opposed to the real life Illuminati. I think Professor Xavier was a member. So, it's not filled with bad people. Sirius Black is the exception. Oh, yeah. What, to like pure blood bigotry? I mean, there are a bunch that we got to meet throughout the Harry Potter story. You have the Weasley family, pretty famously. Pure bloods that are made fun of by other purebloods, partially because, and that's where the classism comes in. The Weasleys are pure blood, but they're not. But in addition to not hating non-magical people, they're also not rich. You want the cloak of invisibility so you can go to the Hufflepuff girls' bathroom? Wow. Well, fortunately, you will not be able to do that in this game. That's probably one of the reasons they don't have invisibility cloaks in here. I mean, I know they're not going to allow you to go into the bathroom because every part of Hogwarts isn't accessible from what we've seen. I mean, you could probably go, I mean, you might be able to go in the Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, but you're not going to, it's not like you're going to walk in there and there's going to be girls going to the bathroom. You should drop a link to Discord for new subs. The Discord is for members only, not new subs, only members. If you want to unlock the full channel perks, which include the Discord, !join. Right on the screen there for anyone interested. Have I started? I actually, you know what? Kaleidoscope is the actual reason that I started. It's all good. So Kaleidoscope is the actual reason that I started binge watching Alice in Borderland. Because I was scrolling, I was on Netflix looking for something to watch, and I saw Alice in Borderland. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, the new season is up. So, should I finally watch it? I hear it's really good. But then I see Kaleidoscope, and I read it, and I'm like, oh, John Carlos Esposito's in this. I love John Carlos Esposito. I'll literally watch anything in it that he's in. I will give anything he's in a shot. And I was like, oh, it's a heist show as well. So I threw it on, and right off the bat, they're like, welcome to Kaleidoscope, this unique audience experience where we give you the story in different order, and you have to figure out the clues to figure out who's behind, how did they pull off the heist? And I'm just like, okay, so I mean, that sounds unnecessary. That Sounds like what I expect from every mystery. every 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 high-minded heist thriller should have that aspect to it. But I gave it a shot. Bro, I made it 5 minutes in. The first heist, it was, I guess it's like this woman's trying to prove herself. This is the recruiting phase. So she does a heist where she picks up this girl. She finds this bank employee, finds out that she's into women, accidentally bumps into her, bugs her stuff, and then basically uses that to rob the bank. But the way she robbed the bank was so dumb. I was like, yeah, I'm out. Like she bugged her office so she can access her computer password. It was a yellow episode. She put a bug in her book so she can watch her while she's on her computer in her office. Cool. She steals her key card. So when she tries to get into the building, she realizes she doesn't have her security card, but she knows the guard, so he lets her through. So I thought, okay, she's gonna steal the key card, make a copy of it, and then put it back so that she doesn't have to report it missing. But she never gives her the key card back. And she just walks in to the bank in broad daylight. This is a pretty big, highly secure facility. Just walks right in, walks out with $2 million and what looked like gold. Just walked right into the vault, walked back out, doesn't run into a single person, and reports back. I'm like, I'm out. It's like, I'm out. That's not how any of that works. That's the laziest heist I've ever seen. So I'm like, I'm not about to, not after you just sat here for a full minute talking about how complex this heist thing was about to be. I'm like, hell no. So then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Alice in Borderland instead. And I'm glad, because that was awesome. I'm loving Alice in Borderland so far. Good afternoon, Craig. This is a gameplay showcase from the second gameplay one. They did this showcase a couple weeks ago. Wait, the game takes place in 1891. Yep. You about to be Harry's grandpa. February 10th. Watch Us Payday 3 makes a joke off how bad that was. Like, legitimately, I was willing to watch it because of John Carl. I was like, I'm willing to give it a couple episodes. The reason I didn't is because not only that, but it was like, I'm up against, I have time for this or Alice in Borderland or Haiku, because I was been watching some anime too. I just got into Haiku, and I really love Haiku, and I was like, okay, I gotta keep watching that, but I want to try Alice in Borderland because I want to get through kind of some of my Netflix stuff. And I'm like, if Kaleidoscope is going to be this dumb, then yeah, I might as well just watch Alice in Borderland. I don't have time to waste on mid shows. I'm not going to sit here and commit to something. If I detect early on what I'm watching is low quality, then I make an executive decision. Bail out now, or give it a try. I'll go back to it. Maybe I'll finish the first episode, but yeah, that first 5 minutes was not good. It did not fill me with confidence. Which game I want the most? There's not even a question. Hogwarts Legacy, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Jedi Survivor, and Suicide Squad are my must-haves of the year. Alice in Borderland is amazing. I highly recommend it. I think I'm like 4 5 or 6 episodes into season 1. You got a different order. Yeah, that's the pretense of the show. It's a heist show, and they're going to give you different episodes. They randomize it, I guess. So obviously, some people are going to watch the same episode, but based on whoever, I guess the algorithm will decide. Everyone gets shown the episodes in different orders. My yellow episode takes place, I think, 6 months before the heist. That's where mine was. So they're just gathering. So to me, it was just basically a standard heist setup, because every heist show or movie starts like pretty much 6 months or whatever before the heist. So even that didn't give me a unique experience. I'm like, okay, the setup to the heist episode. Like they couldn't even give me a unique episode where I'm like coming in at like later like after the heist or like something. Like they gave me the most mid episode possible. You watch anime with your 15-year-old cousin, so we're currently watching FMA and Spy Family. Excellent choices. Spy Family is my anime of the year. Overall, another wonderful year for anime. Amazing stuff came out this year as usual. Last several years of anime have been crazy. This year was so many. You had Spy Family, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, new season of Mob Psycho, My Hero. You had Chainsaw Man premiere. This was another banger year. You only in January, you have 15 games on pre-order. Holy. That is a lot. I have no games on pre-order. Mainly because I usually don't pre-order games unless I really trust a company. But also, since I'm a content creator, I try to position myself to get the games for free. That could be hit or miss, but I got pretty good success in 2022, but could be better. I have not had to pay for my last several games that came out. I didn't pay for Gotham Knights or Midnight Suns, so I was fortunate in that case. Love Spy Family, gotta be honest, your favorite anime this year is either Edge Runners or Gundam, which I never got the Gundam, but yeah. I do not blame you for Edge Runners. Edge Runners was unbelievable. No, what was the other one? Pantheon. Oh, yeah, I think that's what it is. Pretty sure it's called. Yep, Pantheon. Pantheon is an anime that came out this year. It's on High Dive right now. I think it premiered on AMC. Pantheon was really good. I would definitely check that out. Atomic Heart, I forgot all about Atomic Heart. I don't even remember that one. I've seen a bunch of those games like bled together. I have my big 4. Everything else is gravy. You meant on your wish list? Oh, you're about to say. Yeah, wish list. That makes sense. Pre-order. Spending some money. 5 on active. That's still a lot. That is still a lot of games for an average gamer, so good for you, brother. You are eating good. 5 games. I don't even think I would have 5 on pre-order. I would only have 4. My wish list. Hogwarts Legacy, Jedi Survivor, Spider-Man 2, and Suicide Squad. Like, there's a lot of games this year, but most of them are, for me, are like kind of wait and see. I appreciate everyone coming through. We're checking out the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay showcase number 2. This to me was definitely the best gameplay showcase. It showed off a lot more of the game and answered some questions, particularly about how the end game could potentially be. We see there's a lot of gear. There's a lot of upgrading. You can upgrade your spells and what have you. And you need material from magical creatures to do a lot of these upgrades. So part of the grind will be going out into the world, finding and rescuing magical creatures and bringing them back with you to the room of requirement, and then putting them in a sanctuary so that you can get materials from them. So that right off the bat adds some pretty good stuff. Like, I love cute animals in games, so that seems pretty fun. Forespoken, Fire Emblem, Engage, Like a Dragon, Atomic Heart, Hogwarts. Have I tried the marketplace on Avengers? I have not touched Avengers in at least a week or two. I've been mainly playing Midnight Suns. I'm obsessed with Midnight Suns. But I did just download Battlefront 2. I've been sitting here waiting for it to get done copying. I went on the store and saw that Battlefront 2 is only $4. So I'll be playing that as well. Oh, sorry, I am only a English speaker and a poor Japanese and Spanish speaker. What's my house? I'm a Gryffindor, but Hogwarts Legacy, we on demon time. We gotta start on Slytherin. Cause I'm gonna be a dark wizard on my first playthrough. Literally. Cause I'm definitely taking advantage of the black hairstyles. Believe that. That's it. I'm an amazing English speaker, but every language I try to learn, I'm bad at. I need to get something. I tried Duolingo. I tried to learn in school, but it never really sticks. Like, all the Japanese I know, I got from watching anime. and I'm watching Alice in Borderland right now, which is Japanese. I need to get Rosetta Stone. That's what I need. Because my goal is to get to a point where I can watch anime without English subtitles and read manga. But my Japanese is literally limited to what you hear in an average anime. Like, moshi moshi, arigato, kanpai, umai, oyasumi. Like, in terms of carrying on the actual conversation or anything, not happening. I took 6 years of French. I don't know anything. I took 6 years of school. I don't know nothing. I forgot all of it. I can literally say bonjour. The only French I remember is bonjour and la biblioteca. I know more Japanese than I know French, and I took 6 years of French in school. That's bad. I'm so when I get extra money, I'm going to go in on Rosetta Stone because they have such an amazing deal. I hear I hear it's like the best language learning program, and you could get like a lifetime deal. You get every language forever for like $100 something. It's such a tempting deal because I definitely want to learn Japanese. Biblioteca Spanish. See, I forgot all my French, bro. I was probably thinking of discotheque. Which I'm not sure, because the reason why it blends together is because one of my French, both of my French teachers were also Spanish teachers. They taught. I had classes in middle school where it was dual language. Appreciate that stuff, Master. We learned Spanish and French, so they both just blended together, and I didn't walk away with any of it. Took 6 years. That's why I was saying, bro, I don't know anything. Legitimately, I know more Japanese than I know French. Legitimately. You know what the French call laissez compétent? You damn right I am. I'm also American, which means I don't surrender. What's up, Fetty? Only reason that is Home Alone. Which is funny. I watch one of my favorite shows on Netflix is Emily in Paris, which is about this talented young girl who works at an ad agency, who gets the assignment to set up a branch of their company in France and work at the French branch of the ad agency, even though she doesn't speak any French. So there's a ton of French in that show. I didn't learn any of it. I kind of got the gist of some of the stuff. Did not register. I'm immune to French. It does not stick in my brain. Japanese does, for some reason, because I love anime. Feliz Ano Novo Janeiro. Feliz. Is that something about it? Is that something about age? You know what? This is what we have Google for. Google Translate. Actually, I don't need Google Translate. I got Chat GPT. Chat GPT can answer pretty much any question, including translating. Happy New Year in Portuguese. Happy New Year to you too. In American. Because I can't say it in Portuguese and I will not try. I saw Ano and thought it had to be something with a year. But I didn't piece it together. You've been not watching Nurse Ratched? Taboa, you too? Is that what that means? It's good. Oh, it means it's good. Okay. I love Chat GPT. You actually don't like Voldemort's feet? I would hope not. I don't understand anybody who likes feet. I mean, that's your fetish, you know, do you? I don't knock anyone's good time unless it's, you know, criminal. Feet, I just don't get. Never got it. I don't understand that particular obsession. Feet are gross. So Hugo, just join. Welcome. Just watching some Hogwarts Legacy gameplay and just talking about the game and talking about just general gaming stuff. First stream of the year, so I wanted to just chill out, catch up with everybody. Appreciate everyone hanging out. This is like more views than my Avengers stream. It's just crazy. Yeah, I hope I enjoy. My biggest fear with Hogwarts Legacy is that the game will just be bad. Like, it's an open world game. It looks a little empty. You know, who knows? It's on last gen, so it's not going to be properly optimized. Probably, you know, there's a lot of stuff that go wrong. We don't want a cyberpunk. Is basically what I'm saying. About my photographer, I didn't say I wouldn't be willing to cash in on a foot fetish. You know, money is money. I just personally don't understand it. I will gladly sell feet pics if people are willing to pay for them. I don't understand why anyone would pay for feet pics, but I know there is quite a big market for it. And I am, at the end of the day, a capitalist. So I will gladly take your money, your feet money. 50-50 chance. You have one guilty gaming pleasure to share, namely AEW Fight Forever. I expect it to be great, but you've been waiting for an old school arcade wrestling game. There's nothing wrong with that. Definitely gonna be 100 times better than Gotham Knights and Avengers. I don't know about that. I mean, Avengers, yeah, but I don't know about Gotham. Gotham was pretty solid. I enjoyed Gotham Knights. I like the story. I enjoyed the combat. Definitely ways they could improve it. The multiplayer co-op was fun. I like Joint in Progress. That was coming from Avengers, being able to drop in and out of a session. You know, just see my friend online, he's patrolling, hop in on him, just drop from the roof, take out a criminal. That's awesome. I like the DLC. I enjoyed Heroic Assault. I'm good on that. I like Gotham. Gotham was solid. It's a solid open world game. You know what Gotham has that Hogwarts Legacy doesn't have? Multiplayer. 2-player co-op through the story and the open world. 4 players, up to 4 players in the DLC Horde Tower mode. Hogwarts Legacy has no multiplayer. What game's Forespoken? I should do a stream actually, because that's another game I played over on Twitch, and I didn't get to play over here, and it's coming out in like a couple weeks. So actually, let me do a new poll, because y'all went crazy on the like button, so I appreciate that. Looks like 59% are good, decent human beings who hit the like button, and 41% of you are dirty, disgusting perverts who like Voldemort's feet. So good to know. see. Should I stream Forespoken? I keep putting an E in Forespoken because that's how you spell for. That drives me crazy. So we'll do a new poll. Should I do Forespoken? Multiplayer and yes, Gotham Knights does indeed have multiplayer and cake. Two things I guarantee you Hogwarts Legacy does not have. Outfits of the characters Gotham Knights are stunning. That too. I don't know how deep the customization goes in the outfits, but I know Hogwarts, you're pretty much limited to the robes. Though some of the drip that they got looks pretty cool. Like I'm looking at this dark arts mode. You got the skulls on the robe. Got the masquerade mask. So you can get a little drippy in Hogwarts Legacy. But I mean, that's not going to compete with comic book skins from DC. Let's keep it a buck. Yep, like I said earlier, and before, we had I think Jacques Blast actually said this on one of our either the podcasts or I think it was the podcast. We were talking about Gotham Knights before around the time it came out. He said there would be paid DLCs. So if there's not, go yell at Jay Shockless about it. We definitely need a new Infamous game. More than a new Infamous game, we need Ghost of Tsushima Part 2. That's what we need more than an Infamous game. You can like over his pale crusty feet, I guess, for leading out it. Who do I play the most at Gotham Knights? Right. I've been strictly on Midnight Suns lately, but before I was playing a lot of Red Hood. Mainly because like in the end game, after the heroic assault, they gave him the best gear set. I don't understand. Everyone, I was playing some of the other characters just to get them a full set of good 60 gear, but Red Hood's set, the Deadeye set, is like the best set in the entire game. Like I was super annoyed. Like everyone else got like generic ass stealth suits, and Red Hood got this OP set that makes him do like stupid amounts of damage. So I would just play Red Hood so I could carry people and just farm for mods. Infamous and then a Ghost Part 2. You want them to take their time? Absolutely. But you know, I gotta still rock out with Batgirl for cake reasons. I'll never leave out Cake Girl. I definitely play Cake Girl and Red Hood the most. Followed by Robin and then Nightwing. Who I made in Suicide Squad? Captain Boomerang. They gave my man the Speed Force. I have a very strict policy when it comes to games. If the game has a speedster, I play the speedster. That's just how it is. So as I saw they made Captain Boomerang a speedster, I was like, yep, that's my main right there. After that, I'll have to look at some more of their gameplay in depth, but probably Deadshot. King Shark looks fun. Harley, for me, Harley will depend entirely on my outfit customization. If I get some better outfits, then I'll rock with Harley. but I'm definitely maining Captain Boomerang first. Co-op multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima open world game, new story. Oh, yeah, because they already showed they know how to do the multiplayer thing. They went crazy on that. I definitely wouldn't mind the co-op in the open world. Weird thing is, you're not a Flash fan at all, but you love his rogue gallery. His rogues gallery is amazing. But I also do love the Flash. I want a Flash game very much, and I'm looking forward to playing Captain Boomerang. We're long overdue for a Flash game. I feel like a solo Flash game would be so much fun. Hopefully Harley have Cake Suicide Squad. I don't know, Rocksteady looks like they altered their design. Arkham Knight Harley went crazy. I don't know. I think Rocksteady might have removed some of their dessert from this game. Yo, what do you say? A co-op mode? Strongly disagree with them making it online only. I don't think it would ruin the game. I mean, the main reason people still play Ghost of Tsushima past once they finished with the open world was the online co-op. That was a massive hit. I know they saw those numbers. So it would not surprise me at all if they optimized it and just made that the full game. I mean, they could do the formula they did again. Single player open world, but co-op optional. They could, with a separate mode for multiplayer. They could also just make it like Gotham Knights. And Gotham Knights, it's open world, but you could play solo, or you can invite your friend, or set your privacy to public, and have people join you, whatever. I don't think we're ruining the game at all. You want a reverse Flash DLC character? Oh, that would be crazy. You don't have internet where you live? I mean that's tough, but yeah. that is it. That is what it is. Like I said, I'm fine with Ghost of Tsushima 2 if it's the way it was with Ghost of Tsushima. Single player mode with an online multiplayer function. But if they can expand on that and have the open world be multiplayer, they should absolutely do that. But still give players the option to play solo. Playing High on Life. I don't like the online only thing for sure. I do like games that have offline capability, because if your game isn't properly optimized, it could go very wrong, as we saw with with Outriders. That was a complete disaster. But also, I don't like the idea of you buying a game and then at some point when they turn the servers off, that's just it. you can't play it anymore. Like, if it's free to play, I don't care. But if you paid full price for the game and you can't play it whenever you want, unless unless it's online or unless the servers are up, I don't like that. I like at least to have an option. You think we could have some playable characters in the future? I have no idea who they're. I mean, somebody told me what the first DLC character is for Gotham Knights. All Jay Shotglass told me was that they're going to do paid DLCs. Somebody else told me a particular character was coming first. So we'll see if that pans out. If it turns out to be true, then that's a good source to have. If not, then I still expect them to have new characters. I mean, the devs already teased that they were going to do it before the game even came out. They teased that they were going to expand the roster in an old interview. So not terribly surprising if they do. We've seen those with the other games in the series. We beat the game. Will there be a multiplayer experience where people will be able to join Hogwarts? There is zero multiplayer in Hogwarts Legacy. It is a strictly single player game that takes place in the 1890s. It is a fully original story. So all the people you love from Hogwarts are either not alive yet or too young to be relevant to the story. But I would hope there is a new game plus. I would assume there would be a new game plus. No one happened, but Death Show DLC. Never say never. You never know. I mean, it's an open world game, so the idea is that you beat the main story, but then you also have a bunch of side content because, you know, the maps are massive. So you have side content to get through. I mean, this is open world game 101, but yeah, you have your main campaign, then you have your side content. And then if the game like this one has like a looter aspect, then you have the part of the game where you're gathering materials and getting your different spells and everything, and gearing up because they have different battle arenas that you can test your skills against. Of course, since this game gives you some degree of choice in how you play through it, you'll have people play through the game one time as a dark wizard, and then they'll play through the game another time as a light wizard. And then, of course, there are people who just want to experience being in different houses. So obviously there's going to be a ton of different stuff you can do. It's just a matter of finding out how good that stuff is. Like this aspect right here, your magical creatures, part of building up your character and your abilities and improving your spells is you have to go out into the world, which is massive, and you find these magical creatures and you rescue them, and then you bring them back here to the room of requirement for your sanctuary. And then when they're in here, you know, you take care of them, you feed them, you play with them, but more importantly, they'll give you materials that you can use to upgrade your character and make yourself stronger. So just because you finished the main campaign doesn't mean the game's over. Can't decide if you should buy a PS5 just for this game. I mean, for this game, well, no, this game is going to be available on PS4 as well. You just won't be able to play it next month. You'll have to wait a couple months for the PS4 version. If you're going to buy a PS5, it should be for Spider-Man 2. Witcher 3, very high selling game, offline only. I was thinking of getting that Witcher 3 because that was a good deal too. I didn't end up getting it though, but that's like a 100-hour game. You get the base game with the next gen upgrade plus all the DLCs. It was like $30. I was like, oh, pretty good. Which Marvel Spider-Man 2 was co-op. You're like a Marvel game from a Insomniac that has multiplayer features. Maybe it'll be the game after Wolverine. We'll get a multiplayer Insomniac, because they did do job listings looking for multiplayer. So there may be a multiplayer game in their future. PS5 worth every penny? Absolutely. I can vouch for that. I've had my PS5 since launch. Love it. The load times alone, worth it. Worth every penny. If it was literally just for the faster load times, it would be fully worth the money. Playing a PS4 game with PS4 load times, and then playing a PS5 game with PS5 load times, it's like a different universe. Like I enjoy Marvel's Avengers is okay, but then when I got the PS5 version, when they did an actual upgrade, and I got an actual PS5 version, it was a completely different game. Like, if I had to, I would not go back to the PS4 version of Avengers for anything on those PS4 load times and performance and PS4 performance. You couldn't pay me to do it. You see those load times on Forespoken? Yeah, I was playing the demo. The PS5 load times are you gotta have the best part of next gen is not the graphics upgrade. The jump in graphics wasn't as big going from the 4 to the 5 as it was from the 3 to the 4. But the load times, bruh. You love Xbox Series X quick resume? For sure, that's definitely convenient. Get your hands on PS5 on launch, then it was unavailable for like a year. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, it's been available for a while now, but at least like the last several months, they've been like fully available. It just, at that point, it just comes down to the pricing. Like, do you have, $500, $600 laying around for a PS5? It's super accessible now. Hope I'm not catching a cold. All right, but I'm gonna get out of here. Appreciate everyone hanging out for this first stream back in 2023. I like to do more of these every week. These are pretty fun. I'm going to be testing different live streaming stuff throughout the year, making some different changes to the channel. So appreciate everyone hanging out. Appreciate all my new subs. If you want to join Durag Nation proper, !join, become a member. You get early access to videos, member exclusive content. You get these amazing badges and all of our great selection of emotes. Plus you get to join the Discord. Very fun community. We hang out, we play games, we share memes, and I help people get PS5s as well. Nice little community we have going on. So, !join, hit that join button. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I'll have a video up at the very least. There will be a shirt up. I'll have to see if there's any news we're posting. I might stream tomorrow. I'm thinking of experimenting, and tomorrow might be the day. So look out for that. All my members, I will see you in the Discord. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing out.